All right, welcome back. So, pretty excited. You can see why behind me here. This is something I've been wanting to get back into for quite a while now. I've been out of racing and riding really altogether for quite a few years. I've had a couple bikes here and there. I think a couple 125s. My last race bike was a KTM 200, but I did race the 125s a couple times in our local series, which is Wainoa or now Noah, however you pronounce it. But it's a hare scramble series. Before that, I raced motocross. That was when I was very young, but it's just something I've always enjoyed. Even when I was out of it, I always followed it. Still went to races, watched buddies of mine. And like I said, when I did have a couple bikes for brief periods, I did race them once or twice a season usually. But been out of it for very, very long and I've been looking for probably 3 years now for something that I get back on and kind of get in shape ever since I probably bought this place. But found this. A buddy of mine was selling it. It was actually his girlfriend's. It's a KTM 150 XCW. It's a 2018 model, and the thing is mint. There's 6 hours on it, so never checked mileage, but I'm guessing somewhere around 50 miles. You know how 77 miles. So very lightly used bike. Talk about some of the stuff I really like about these. Factory O-ring chain, that's nice. The clear fuel tank, which I really like, and it's the bigger fuel tank. Your motocross bikes, I believe, have a 1.8 or 1.9 gallon, sometimes 2 gallon tank on them. This is like 2.6, and you can tell how much fuel it has in it just by looking at it. So that's really, really nice. You don't have to go out and spend $350 on a oversized tank if you want to do a cross-country race like you would have to on a motocross bike. So really great feature there. This has front headlight, rear tail light, which is nice. A lot of people are doing like the speed enduros now, which is something that I'd be interested in. I think it's more single track and just a little bit more of my style. A lot of the hare scramble tracks are getting so whooped out, I have no desire to ride them anymore. They get a lot bigger turnout and the tracks just get tore up because of it. What else? This has a factory hour meter on it, which is why I know it has 6 hours and 77 miles. 6.1 hours. I put 10, well, not even 10 minutes, I guess, on it last night. What else? Black rims, factory, that's kind of nice. So this bike, I'll talk about some of the stuff that it has had done to it since they bought it new. Cyclo Pro Bend handguards, bark busters. What else? They sent the suspension out. So these, I guess, were known from what my buddy Dan was saying for bottoming out real hard. So a lot of people changed, forget what it's called. I have to look it up. But anyway, a lot of people had some parts changed on these suspensions just to keep them from bottoming so bad. So they did that. They actually lowered the bike for her like a ½ an inch, which suits me fine being 5'7". It actually would probably be really nice for me. I'm sure she's quite a bit lighter than me. I've gained a bunch of weight over the past 10 years. So I'm 160 and I'm sure she's much, much lighter than that because she's very, very fit. But I think just by adjusting compression and rebound, I can get it pretty well dialed in for my weight. I took it for a burn last night and it didn't really seem that bad. Obviously, I'm not probably near as aggressive as I used to be, and hopefully I'll get more aggressive in the next couple weeks or months, or as long as I ride this thing. But if we have to do something different with the suspension on the road, we'll do that. But it felt really, really good last night. So no complaints there. Very, very easy to adjust the compression and rebound. You got these clickers on top, so you don't need any tools. So that's really neat. And then I think probably the best feature of this bike, I'll choke it, but I don't know if I need to or not. It's electric start, which I've never had on a dirt bike, let alone a two-stroke dirt bike. So when you're racing, anybody that's raced before knows that when you dump your bike during a race, getting it restarted is the most tiresome chore on planet Earth. So to have that is amazing. So I'm pretty excited about that. Running kind of rich right now, I think. But we'll get that all dialed in. So I'm really excited. So I guess let's take this thing out for a rip. And one other thing I really like about this, it's got really aggressive pegs on it for being factory. I would assume they're factory. I don't think they spent money on new pegs, but I know some of my motocross bikes were never quite that sharp, so that's cool. We'll put my ancient gear on here. I got really old Alpine StarTech 7s. They're probably going on 14 years old now. And I got this gear. I got other gear somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So want to get new knee guards. These things are trash, and I definitely need a new helmet. So let's throw that stuff on and take her for a ride and see how you guys like it.
Gotta give the cows some water, so gotta put this thing away for the evening. We'll get her back out soon. Probably this weekend, if not sooner.
So just a couple more first impressions, then we'll close the video out. Clutch, typical KTM, very, very light pull, Magura hydraulic clutch. So I love that. Reduces arm pump, especially in the tight stuff. Very, very pipey, I guess, is what I want to say. Not a lot of bottom end, so I'm gonna look into what I can do about that. What else? Brakes, very responsive. And in the tight stuff, I just love how light and nimble this bike feels. Very, very easy to ride through real tight woods. So I think it'll really like single track type stuff. Maybe once we get the bottom end a little bit more gruntier, whatever you want to call it. But overall impressions, very, very happy. I think it'll be a nice bike to get back into shape on and ride with friends. So stay tuned for more videos of that. Definitely going to be a bunch of videos of me and some buddies riding this summer. So hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one.